Hello everyone, it's good to have you here. Some time ago I posted a video and I showed this and someone said basket. By now from the title, I'm sure you already know what this is. This is actually not a basket, but it is a kind of sack made from banana sacks. You can remember vividly, some time ago, I showed a very major problem from yam in sack farming. A problem I envisage will become a very big issue in the future, and that is environmental pollution or even air pollution, because after you have, in quote, you have recycled by using your used sacks, synthetic sacks to plant yams and other crops. The aftermath effect is that you have something that is not biodegradable. And trying to eliminate this, you probably might have to discard them, put them in the dump site. That will pose a problem. They cannot decompose. Or let's assume you want to burn them. Of course, you burn and release unwanted gases into the atmosphere. So the solution will be to look for a sack that is going to decay after you have used them. And we started searching. 4 options came up. I've done that in a previous video. I'll just put the link somewhere so that you can access it later. And we said use of jute fiber, sisal. We mentioned banana sack, and we now mentioned pineapple fiber and all that. Now, the way banana fibers are used currently, basically, is extracting the fibers from the trunk. I'm going to show you a trunk later. You are going to extract the fiber. It goes through some kind of processes, and at the end of it all, you now get fibers that you weave into sacks. So a lot of those sacks, they use them for different things, but they can also use the fibers. I've seen people use for hair extension and other things. But looking at it critically from an agricultural standpoint, using the sacks for agricultural purposes, at the end of it all, you still want it to decay. Now, I was thinking, how do we make sure that the cost of production is reduced? So my story started like this. One day during the dry season, I was just walking along a path. I saw planted trees, trunks. They fell. And instead of decaying, because of the hot weather, the whole thing just dried up, and I could see sheets of what I thought would be fibers. So I went there, I picked them up. I tried to look at, to test whether it was strong enough. And I discovered that it's something that I can actually make do with. What if I convert these fibers into sacks directly without having to extract them? Because at the end of it all, it's still going to decay. So that's how we came up to this. You might be wondering, how did I do this? I remember my secondary school knowledge, or for those of you, high school knowledge, where you can use stuff to just make paper mats. So I collected these sheets, and some of them were, of course, from fresh trunk. I had to dry them and all that. I'm going to show you one that I did. So this you are seeing here, I made these ones myself. They are all handmade. And what is the rationale behind it? If I just get these fibers from the trunk, I dry them, I directly make them into sack, cutting that whole process of having to extract fiber, weave them into bag, and now use the bag to plant. What if I just take those sheets from the pseudostem, the way they are naturally arranged? I just thought of that. And so I decided to do this. Now we're already here, and this is about 2 months gone. But before I continue with it, let me show you the way I got them from the trunk. Okay guys, now this is what I'm talking about. This is a banana tree. I have already harvested the banana some time ago, so I just left it so that I'll use it for this content. You can see this whole trunk. Most times it is not useful once people have harvested, although people have started finding use, and that's one of the reasons why I'm also doing this video. All right, now this is what I was talking about. Let me just give you an instance. This is a fiber that is already, as in this is a sheet. You can see that this is where the fibers are, and that's where they extract them from. But if you look critically, it's a sheet. And I thought of it. This is the dried one, and this is the end point where I want to get up to. All right. So I want to cut this one down now. So, as you can see, this is a very long trunk. I can try to just cut from here. So, this is the trunk that is very vital to me. If you can see, you can actually start. I just want to show you something. These are the sheets. The way they are made naturally. The way they are designed naturally. So I don't need to extract this. All I just need to do is to find a place to dry them so that all the moisture goes out. So, same thing. So you can actually unwrap this sheet. That's a discussion for another day. I just want to tell us where I got it. So after drying this fiber, what did I get out of it? Let's go and see. After drying the fibers, I wove the fibers. It's very rudimentary, so don't laugh at my work. I'm trying to make something out of nothing. So I made the fibers into something like this. Just a simple, in quotes, what you call mat. But that's not the end point. The end point is that this thing that is called mat can actually be made into a cylinder using a particular technique I developed myself. It's just to do this. And this is what we did here. This is what you are seeing here. So this is a bigger one because I used the very long trunk. Shorter trunks will give you shorter ones and all that. So what happened was that this is what I did. Now, I got something like a rope like this to help me form into a cylinder. I have used this technique before, but it was when I was talking about carton. So you see now that, okay, doing this at the top and brazing again here will help me get something like a cylinder. You might be wondering, isn't that cumbersome? It's just, what I'm trying to do here first is to look at possibilities. This is very experimental. It's a possibility. Actually, that's what I did here. But this one, I was able to find a way using my knowledge to make it into a full round hollow. So I wove them all, so there's no discontinuation. So I just decided to put this to still braze because I'm experimenting. Now, if we succeed with this, and what do I mean by succeeding? It means that if this is able to go through the season, all I need is just about 6 to 8 months, because that's the life span of these yams that I've planted in it. So at the end of it all, if it's able to go through, if it's able to hold my yam for about 8 months or 6 to 8 months to maturity, let me use that word, I would have succeeded. Now, what gave me this hope that it may succeed? I have used carton, just paper carton, and with this technique to grow yam before, and potatoes, sweet potatoes, and it actually worked. They worked out. So, is it possible that when I do this, I will be able to grow yams? If I succeed with doing that, it means we can actually turn banana fibers into sacks that we can be using to grow crops without having to extract. That's the point I'm trying to raise. Without having to extract the fibers, you can just weave them directly. Now, would that be a possibility of giving us another industry entirely? Because I did this myself. Very crude, kind of. But I did it myself. I'm not an expert in weaving or whatever. Just normal common knowledge that I used. But what if we are able to now get these sheets and get very good machines that can actually make them into things like these hollow cylinders, open bottom, or even if you want to close the bottom, it's okay. But at the end, you are able to convert them into grow bags. That is the experiment that is going on here right now. As you can see, the yams are doing well. They are growing. Now, this particular one was very long, so I decided to make it into 2 sacks by using what I did here was, instead of, I used the figure 8 technique or S technique. If it is like this, very long, it was very long. To make it into 1 sack, it would be too big. So I decided to do something like this. Something like this and something like this. All right? So that I can telescope. Okay, fine. So this is what I did. So if I do this one like this, it will be too small. So this one was very, very long. So I decided to do it. And the yams they've started growing. Now, let's discuss this. Usually, we consider this a waste. Now we are converting it into something. I'm looking at it. We are in the 2nd month now. It's about the end of April. We haven't really entered the rainy season or the peak of rain. So hopefully we are going to go through the season, because it will definitely decay. But my own is that's part of the reason why I'm using it. And I also want a situation whereby it will help me with the strength to be able to get my yams all through the season. We are hopeful. I'm as expectant as you are. If we succeed, it will be a win-win situation for us. We will now be using our banana sacks, our banana fibers to make sacks. And we use the sacks to grow food. And at the end, the stuff just decays and it does not harm the environment. Now, what is your contribution to this? Your contribution to this is very, very vital. It's very, very, very important. And what is it? We will need to work on this. We will need to look at it. We need to look at the feasibility. How feasible is it? Now, I haven't seen the feasibility. If it is feasible, what will eventually happen? If it is feasible, we'll now have to be thinking about sustainability. Because for me, I think if it succeeds, it will be also sustainable, because there are people that are, in fact, banana trunks, plantain trunks, they're almost everywhere. And they are not being used for anything really for now. And so how would you help? Help us to share this video. Yes, that's one of the major ways you can help us. Help us to share this video. We want as many people as possible to see this video. And we actually want people to key into this particular project. You can even do something better than this, but let it be that we are using banana fibers. Let's experiment. Join me in the experiment. See if you can get something better than even this without having to extract the fibers. And let us see how we can use this thing. And peradventure, We'll start creating job for people. If you are an influencer, you can actually help us even blow this out of proportion, make it go viral, so that at the end of it all, we'll be able to create job for people. This is a way you can support. Apart from sponsoring anything you think what we are doing here, there will be a part 2 to this, because I want you to know that we are going to eventually harvest. I'm hopeful that at the end of it all, the harvest will be good, or that it will even get to harvest at all. So what do you think about this? My goal is to be able to create biodegradable sacks for us to start planting yams and other tuber crops, not just vegetables. That is one dream I hope to achieve, and I can achieve that with your support. You sharing my videos, you supporting us, and if you are out there, you want to collaborate with us, we are very, very open to collaboration. Please do well to reach out to us via our phone numbers, our emails, and all that. And we also have a thank you button here, because these stuff, they are not easy to come by. Very expensive to actually, put together. Your $1 or $1 will end up helping us. So, do you have any other way you think we can get biodegradable sacks without having to go through the long process of, getting machines and all that? Please make sure you drop it in the comment below. And for what we are doing now, what do you think about it? We'd like to hear what you have to. So let us go to the comment section to discuss further. Thank you and God bless.